Be Your Children's Best Friend, Part 1 of 6, on Between Master and Disciples, given in English on January 7th, 2006, in Surrey, UK.
Okay, next one.
Hello, Master. I told my wife, I said Master was there, and she said that you're really stubborn, and and I said that after all this time that I've been practicing, even if you had some doubts, you should by now know that Master is good. She's okay, and she's agreed to get initiated.
Congratulations.
And I also got some more good news for you. My son, he got half the child initiation, and he didn't practice. And he was a teenager, very rebellious, smoking and drinking and lying and stealing and drugs, everything.
Oh God, drug, no. You have to watch it. You have to say no.
No, I did.
Okay.
I was fighting with him a lot. And,
Okay, and then what
created
happened
a lot
now?
of trouble. But anyway, eventually he nearly failed his exams, and all of a sudden he realized that he would be stuck in this place where he doesn't want to be. He can go a lot further. So he cleaned everything up. And then slowly we kept encouraging him to come and meditate with us. But I didn't, because a lot of people pressure the kid to come and get initiated, but they don't really practice.
I
But
understand.
for him, I said, if you meditate every single day for 6 weeks, then maybe I will consider putting your application for initiation. But first off, for 6 weeks, he meditate every morning and come and meditate. But I always treat him what he says very not that I believe it 100%. I'll see when he does it.
Okay.
And then
So he does.
he meditate. And then this time when I went home, I said, if you read the 5 books, Key of Immediate Enlightenment 1 to 5, and if you read the Masters magazine every month, and if you go to a group meditation whenever you get a chance, then I will put in your application. And he also agreed.
Okay.
So you have 2
Good.
of those people.
Yeah, good. Yeah, fine.
I'm sorry to be so strict with him, but I know that he's lazy.
Yeah.
And I want to, because I don't
has
want
to
to
earn
waste your
it, yes.
time
Yeah.
with him or his time with you.
Very
you see?
good.
So I have to make sure.
Very good. If he does just half of what you said, then he can be initiated. Okay?
Okay, fantastic.
I walk halfway.
Okay, fantastic. Thank you, Master. But he's a good boy. He's very happy
I
now.
understand.
And when I went home, he looked very blessed and very happy.
Yeah.
Actually, he's a very good boy with a good heart, but he's trying to learn to be bad.
No, it's not that. It's not that. It's just a peer pressure. You understand?
No, I do understand very well.
I tell all of you parents, because your words really does matter. Many parents, they don't say anything, or they say very little, so the child doesn't think that it's really that important to stay away from drugs. You really have to say no. You have to tell him what the damage will be done. You have to repeat again and again. In a nice, presentable, logical way. You have to say no. Okay? Just don't say let it be whatever, natural. It's not like that. Because when the kids go out there, they have hundreds or thousands of bad influences waiting for them in every corner, and they're vulnerable. They're kids. You have to say no. You have to walk with him all the steps, all the way. Every day, talk together like friends, okay? And don't scold him for every little mistake or the things that he does, but encourage him and tell him this is no good. You have to stop it. It really matters to your health, your future, and to the family. You tell them that you don't feel good. You feel really bad about it. You have to tell your feeling. Because kids, they don't understand. Sometimes if you don't say or you don't be too strict to them, they think you don't care even. You don't care whether they live or die, they're good or bad, so they just feel rejected, neglected, and then they get worse and worse so that to get your attention. So if you pay attention to them nicely, proportionally in the beginning, not like spoiled, over attentive, but be like a friend, and then they confess to you everything, then you will know what they're up to and what the friends are up to. They have to trust you. And then they tell you everything. Then you can know where they stand, and then you can know what to help them. Yeah, because they're out there, they're very alone. You think they're your children and they're protected. No, when they're outside in the school, they're not protected. Sometimes they're bullied in the school and they don't dare to tell you. And sometimes they do this, do that just to be in the company of other gangs. Otherwise, they be cast out as no good, as sissy. And then these names are very painful to teenagers. So you have to tell them what's good, what's bad. And it doesn't matter about the name. You have to be their supporter, be their friend, that they can lean on you, that they can trust you, so that the whole world doesn't matter to them anymore. And then they cannot cast a shadow on your children, because the bad society still exists, yeah? Especially kids, other parents don't know how to teach them, and then your kids get bad influences from them, and they all infect each other. You have to plant your feet firm. You have to say no, even if he doesn't like it. He will. You have to say it in a logical way and loving way, yeah? And day by day, even he doesn't like it today, it will sink in. And one day the table will turn, and he will see the bad side of his friends, and then he'll think, oh, my father's better. He's right. Look at you now. You're drunk and you're that, and look at what happened to you. My father is right. I don't want to be like you. One day, even if he's already badly influenced, but your influence still counts better than no influence. Especially you have power as well, huh? So have to say no to all the bad things that the kids want to try and experiment. And even in something sensitive like a sexual issue, you have to sit down and talk to them. Maybe they know a lot more than you do already. But then you have to know what they know in order to guide them. Don't feel embarrassed about these things and then wait until they have trouble, and then it's too late. Better embarrassed now than later. Or they might lose their life even, contracting some bad disease. You have to tell them the way you tell yourself. All right? Because you have to be friends with your children. If you are not their friends, who can be their friends? You are the best friends they could have. In fact, the only friends they should have until they grow up. Of course, they have all the friends, but they're all the same age. They don't know much. And that's buddies. It's not friends. You are the friends. Yeah? You are the guides. They look up to you. And now that you have trimmed yourself, cleaned yourself, well, you're even a better guide. Okay? Better friend. So in the whole wide world out there, they should know that they have you all the time. And that makes them feel confident, strong, loved. And that will make them beat anything else. Because if they don't feel loved, they feel dragged, you know what I mean? Feel not interested to do anything, and then they just try anything just to pick themselves up. So family love is very important to the children, yeah? You have to give it to them, all right? Unconditionally. Firm but love, okay? It's like the way I treat you. I scold you sometimes, but you are loved, and you know that. Even if I scold you, you know you can rely on me. You know that I don't harm you. You know that, don't you?
Yes.
Okay? The same. Treat your children, that they know they're loved at all times. But don't just give in to their whims. Spoiled is different from understanding and friendliness. Yeah? Be a friend, be their friends. Like if they come home and confess to you something bad, like, oh, today I did something that's supposed to be bad. You don't scold them right away and say, you're a bad boy and blah, blah, blah. You say, thank you for telling me this. Yeah, I really feel very privileged that you tell me these things, even though you know it might be not very good to tell me, but I'm so glad you tell me. And then help them according to their situation. Because they are kids. If they make mistakes, it's because they are kids. Look at you, so grown up, but still make a lot of mistakes. How can kids not make mistakes? So by the way, guide them, love them, and anytime they confess to you something bad, you don't scold them. You just tell them, you're really glad. You feel privileged that they trust you. And that will make them tell you more. Because mistakes are about to happen. And bad influence is about everywhere to happen. So you should be glad that they tell you something. Yeah? And then according to that, cut it. Okay? All right? Let them tell you. Act like a buddy. Not an authoritative figure, not too much. Okay, not too much. All right. Oh, it's a very subtle situation. It's not like every family is the same, But the guidelines is that be a friend. Be a friend so they can cry on your shoulder and they can trust you, and then they listen to you. Thank you for bringing it up so I can, by the way, tell everyone.
There's lots of programs on TV now that show you how to deal with teenagers and children.
Yes.
And when I grew up, we didn't have these
Guidelines.
skills.
Yeah. Okay.
But now, I think with my son, there was a turning point one day where...
A what? A turning point. Okay.
I always used to say to him, look, drugs are bad and you should stay away from them. But he was going out all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And some of the times we were fighting quite viciously with each other. And then my wife would be involved as well, and he would get her on his side.
Mm-hmm.
Then I feel very powerless and angry, and I say, well, you guys, I'll leave you two together. You can do what you like. But I always try to give him some good advice.
Understand.
But that one time he went out, and I told him, look, I don't want you to go out. You're going out every night. I want you to stay in. You can go out on the weekend, but not every day.
Yeah.
And he went out the night. And so I confiscated his computer. I took it in my room and I locked it in there. And he came back and he said, I'm going to go in the room and get the computer. And I watched one of these programs the day before.
Yes.
And in there, the trainer was teaching the teenager how not to get angry. The trainer was in the boxing ring with the teenager. And he said to the teenager, I'm going to swear at you. I'm going to wind you up. But if you hit me, then you've lost. So I used that technique on my son, and whatever he said, he swore to me, he called me this and that, everything. But I said, look, I'm not going to get angry. I love you, but I'm not going to give you your computer back until you stop going out.
Right.
And then he said he'll see. So he was waiting at the door, and my friend used to come to meditate on a Wednesday night. And he thought that I would be embarrassed and give in to him because my friend was there because of this.
Yeah.
When my friend came and I involved my friend, I said, look, I'm having an argument with my son here. He's going out all the time, so I've confiscated his computer. So if you don't mind, we will meditate in the other room today. And because of that time, because he put so much energy when he was swearing to me and everything, I said, look, I've heard all that before, so I'm stupid, I'm so-and-so, I'm so-and-so. But I love you, but I'm not going to give you your computer back.
Right, he doesn't deserve it.
Yeah. And then actually, the morning I took the computer to work and left it there for about 2 weeks. And that evening, because I didn't fight with him, he couldn't involve his mother. She was on my side.
Understand.
And we were both trying to help him. And really lovingly, I told him, I just keep repeating that I love you to him. He said, I hate you. I said, but I love you.
I do that.
And actually, he lost a lot of power that day. I said, look, I've been with the Supreme Master for 10 years. Don't you think I learned a few tricks?
Good. So what did he say?
Actually, after this time, our relationship improved a lot.
Yeah.
I gave the computer back to him, but only after a lot of testing.
Understand.
And then I helped him with his study because the subjects he's studying, I also graduated in those subjects.
Cool.
So we made a good relationship like that.
Very good.
And slowly building.
Yeah.
And every day I'm seeing he's improving.
Yeah, they are in a hard time of their life.
Yeah,
Teenage, the hormonal race, that's terrible.
Because they have a lot of bad influence around them, like you said, like other boys, they with the drugs and everything, and the showing off.
I know.
And I can see that he's with people who are very low level. He's forcing them to be his friend. They don't even want him, but he's forcing himself there just to fit in.
I know. They do that all the time in the school. Yeah, peer pressure.
Yeah,
just you have to be cool,
That's it.
Not just to wear the same, but have to act the same.
Yeah.
And if they drink, you have to drink. Otherwise, you don't get in. They will make fun of you and all that. Just you have to make sure he doesn't have to go through all this suffering for nothing. Tell him the value is not by being cool, but being a good student and intelligent, and be independent.
I got through to him a couple of times. I mean, one time I got a call from an ambulance. He was lying in the road after being vomiting and very drunk. And that day I brought him home. But I was really loving to him that whole time. I wasn't angry to him at all. I said, I want to wait till you get better because I know what it's like to be poisoned with alcohol like this.
Oh, terrible.
And one time he was arrested by the police, and he was.
God.
I was ill, so I couldn't get him. I didn't know where he was. So the following day, he was in the cell overnight. And that time, I talked to him and I said, "Look, son, can be your life if you want it to be, but I think you can do better than this, because you're a bright, intelligent boy."
You have to ask him to write down what he wants to do with his life. And
Well-
don't tell him what he wants to do, but ask him what he wants to choose, what he wants to be, a kind of person that he wants to be.
But this is all in the past now. Now
Yeah.
he's turned the corner.
That's good.
He's very focused on his study. He's meditating now.
Wow, cool.
And he's happy. He helps in the
Wow,
house.
what a guy.
Positive.
From that and turn to that, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
It's also your work that you have made it, yeah? Whew. Family, hey? I tell you.
I was also initiated when I was quite young, and I also went through all the peer pressure,
Yeah.
everything at school. I've done like most of the things that he was talking
Understand.
about, and then my life turned around, and then I did have meditation, and I knew he was always by my side. I knew he was also always in here with me. Then my life turned around, and I started meditating, and then everything in my life was just so amazing. Like when I was young, I wouldn't walk outside and like I would smile because the sun was out.
Mhm.
And I was just so overwhelmed that I had you with me. And I know that every day that you always be with me.
Sure. Every day.
And I just wanted to let you know that I really appreciate everything you've done for me.
Sorry, I love doing that. And I love you.
Thank you. I love you too.
You're such
so
a good
much.
kid. Such a good
Thank
kid.
you.
Yes.
Thank you, God. Thank you so much for everything you've done.
No, I understand you also, okay? I understand you guys and the teenagers, you know? Very lonely outside. You think they have peers, they have friends, but they're very lonely. You know, the ones who are not lonely are the aggressive ones. You know, the bully one in the school. Like a gang, you know, leader. And then they make every other kid do what they want. And then they pick on other kids, you know? Like, you're too fat, you're too skinny, they call you names and they make you feel like you are nothing. Like you're the worst in the class and everything like that. They will make your life like hell. So you, the parents, have to understand the kids have problems. It's not just throwing them in the school and then you have nothing. You have to understand their problems as well, yeah? And sometimes they even gang together to harass one person, one kid. And then they come home, of course, they're depressed, yeah? They don't know what to do. And they can't even tell their parents. Sometimes they can't pinpoint the problem. They just feel bad. And they couldn't even tell you because they don't know how to express the things in school. Also, they feel powerless and they feel also embarrassed to even tell you, yeah? So if you're not a real buddy, they won't tell you their problem because of pride as well. Teenagers are more proud than all of us. Yeah, that is the time they develop their confidence. And all their friends, so-called buddies and classmates, just throw stones at them. And of course, they feel destroyed. So you have to be there for your children, huh? You already made a choice to be married, yeah, to have children. So you have to be responsible, yeah? You have to be there for your children. Of course, you meditate and all that, but you have to be there for your children. You have to know it's very difficult for them to grow up without the love of parents and family. That's very important for them to feel loved, no matter what. They have to really feel it, yeah? They have to really feel it. Otherwise, in the school, they're bullied. At home, they don't feel wanted. You know, they don't feel cared for. Even if you scold them sometimes, they know you care. But if you just, you know, like ignore them, don't even scold, okay, do what you want, and after a while, don't talk to them, then it will be worse. Because they're going through a very difficult period of their life. The teenage period is the worst. The worst. Because they grow too quickly for their own understanding. You know, their bodies grow too quickly. They hardly could have control of their bodies. That's why sometimes they break things or they bump into things a lot. Because of their bodies growing too quickly. Yeah, the teenagers, they break a lot of stuff easily, easier than when you grow older or younger, no? Because of their bodies. Really, I'm not kidding. Their bodies grow fast and their brains have a difficult time to command. They're not used to it. Just like you have a new car, a new instrument, it takes time. Yeah? And then on top of that, the curse, the hormones are raging in them, make them feel, they don't know what to do. They're so restless. Yeah? So be understanding, okay? Be helpful, be friends, and be guiding, all right? Remember, you were a teenager once, and so many things you didn't understand. Why did it happen? Why did your body feel like that? Yeah? And why you feel this way? And why you want to do this? Why you didn't understand many things, okay? It's the same with your children like that, yeah? Yeah, I'm glad, she's good. But how many teenagers can be so controlled and confident like that? How many? So I'm glad you're a good kid. I'm glad you're strong. Because the social pressure in the school could destroy a kid, you understand? Some of them commit suicide because of that. And sometimes the kids are very intelligent inside. But because the destructive power of the bully people makes him or her feel powerless. And then they drop the grade or don't study well because they cannot concentrate. You understand? Feel so depressed and unhappy. So their intelligence is also ruined. Do you understand this? So your kids, sometimes they have a lower grade or suddenly drop. You have to understand why. Huh? You have to talk to him, okay? Bring him out to his favorite coffee shop. Yeah? And sit together 2 by 2. Or one together with, it depends on whom he gets on well with, yeah? Together with parents or just together first with the father. If she gets on better with the father, first with the father and then together and, and then go home. And if he tells you to keep a secret, you keep it. It's very important that you give the promise to the kids. Yeah? If you want to buy him something and you promise, you do it. And if you don't do it, you better have a good reason. Otherwise, they don't trust you. Yeah? If you leak out a secret without telling him first, he won't trust you again, huh? And it's not easy to raise a family, but I'm glad that many of you do well. I can see that your family, good kids, even though they were going through a very difficult period of their life, because of you. You are the supporter, and you brought them into the good direction. They became good, and they could sail through this troubled water with flying colors. That's the best way to bring your child up. It's very good. So I congratulate you. It's good for the whole family, huh? Package. Package deal, huh? Yes, I'm very proud of you. Yeah, I'm so proud. I really am. I'm so proud. Come on, give me a hug. Give me a hug.
I have pins and needles in my legs.
Pins and needles in your legs? Oh, I'm sorry, love. Of course. It's when you sit so long.
Thank you. Okay. I couldn't have done it without you.
Okay. Oh, but you're a good kid. Okay. You sit quickly. You sit with your whole body on your legs, on your feet. Then the pins and needles will be less. Sit with your whole body on it. Yeah, like that. And really press on it. It's less. It feels less painful. Okay. It's cool. That means you meditate well, because the currents all go up. That's why you feel cramp. Sometimes you can't move your legs. So be careful if you want to stand up. Make sure. Testing. Yeah, because it happened to me. It happened to me sometimes. I just wake up from meditation or even from sleep or even just sit somewhere long. And then I want to walk and then I fall because the body is gone. Or half of it is gone. And then I fall. Where's my leg? Yeah, so be careful, eh? After you wake up or out of meditation, test first. Is it working? We could forget, We could forget. That's why we shouldn't sit on a high chair and meditate. You might fall. Yeah. That's the secret why all the Buddhas and yogis, they sit on the floor. Understand? There's even a law from the Buddha, a rule from the rule book. Don't sit on a high chair or high bed. Yeah, because of that. Yeah, yes.
One night I was meditating and then I had pins in the... Because when you wake up, you don't realise. I got up and I fell straight on my back and my dad was standing at the door.
Oh.
And I realised I've fallen, and then I've gotten up again. And then my dad just walked off. And the next morning I said, why didn't you pick me up when I fell over?
Yeah.
He said, oh, did you fall over? And then he just walked back and he said, I didn't realise. And I said, I fell over because of the kids in the
What a dad, huh? That's what a dad is for, huh? I tell you. It's not just your dad, love. It's men. There are many things that are so obvious to us women, the men, they don't notice. I do hope that by my teaching example, they will improve. Your dad's already very good. I mean, at least he even listens when you talk. Yeah. And men don't have this kind of attentive ability as much as women, okay? So sometimes they do things like that, yeah? So obvious and simple things they don't notice, okay? So don't be mad at him, but teach him. Tell him next time if you see me like that, that means I need your help.
I made a loud bang as well.
Yeah?
And he still walked away. I don't know why.
He's probably thinking of
He must have thought I was drunk or
something else. No. He knows you don't drink. Just probably sometimes thinking of something else.
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought maybe you were exercising. testing your kung fu power. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Anything else you want to say, love? No more? Okay.
I just wanted to say something funny about men. I was in the kitchen earlier looking for the tea, and I was like, where's the tea? Where's the tea? And the tea was right in front of me. Mm-hmm. And then another brother came in, and he did exactly the same thing.
Exactly the same thing?
Yeah, and my father, when I was growing up, if he was reading the newspaper, I'd say, Dad, and nothing. And I'd go, Dad, and nothing. And even if I hit him on the head, he would still not even know that I was talking to him.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's amazing like that.
That's too much. That's too much. Maybe he was into something else?
He's just like that. When he's concentrating on something, it's like nothing else exists.
Wow, then he'd be a good meditator, no? I wish all of you were like that when you meditate. Aren't you like that? Any of you guys like that? When you meditate? You hope, huh? Sometimes, huh? Okay, we all have our shortcomings, yeah? Just try, if you notice it, then try to correct, okay? Try to correct, yeah. It's not the big things that make people happy in the family. It's the small things, small details. Big things take care of themselves. Small details are very important to show that you care, yeah? Like, for example, if you sit with your children for a few hours and talking, or playing with things together, it's even more important to them than you buy them a big toy and neglecting and not talking to them. Be firm, yeah? Don't spoil them. So the thing you did was good. You have to be strong when you need to be, yeah? They have to earn what they want, not just like buy anything they want and not guiding them in educational way. That's very bad, yeah? Kids should learn the value of high thinking and simple living. They should as well. All right. Anyone else? Good, improve. I'm glad to hear. Yes.
Master, I'd just like to say thank you for everything you've done.
What have I done?
In the last 2 years, or especially the last year, I felt more at peace inside, and I feel a lot happier and content and serene, and I'd just like to thank you for that.
Are you welcome, baby?
Thank you.
I'm happy also that you're happy. Yeah, next one.
Yes, I want to thank you for all your blessings, because when I was young, I suffered a lot in school and in the family.
Jeez.
But the last years, I got so much blessings, and miracles happen every day, and now I'm very happy.
You're more confident now? Yeah, it could destroy you, I tell you, if the childhood was very bad, it could affect you the whole life, not just the childhood. It's very difficult to get your confidence back. Especially, they're so cruel in school, some of the astros. They pick on you, and they make you feel really that. Even sometimes you're not ugly, but according to them, you're ugly. Or they want you to feel ugly because they are uglier than you. And then they keep repeating the thing to make you really feel ugly. even though you're not ugly. The psychological effect is immense. I cannot emphasize enough that how you have to really love and guide your children. I cannot emphasize enough. Okay? You must understand, yeah? Well, get over it. Some people are so stupid, they don't appreciate other people. Or they're jealous, you understand? Sometimes you're more intelligent, or even you have richer parents, or you have better house, or even have better boyfriend, or better looking, and they plan to crush you. And because you're a kid, and you don't understand much, and you're so nice. Mostly the kids who are picked on are nice kids, because the tough ones, they go pick on other people. And the nice kids, they're quiet, study and do their own homework, and they don't do anything bad. Just they do good. So they don't know how to defend themselves. Yeah, that's the problem. Yeah. Okay. It's good that you get back your happiness. You deserve it. Yeah. Okay. Everybody deserves happiness. And if you don't have it, and that's your problem. You have to see why you're not happy. Okay? What is the area of your life that bugs you? One time I was in France, and there was a woman who kept telling me about how bad she felt because of her husband and the family. And it's not all that difficult to handle, but she kept nagging me, asking me, and I told her, and she didn't change. So I told her, I said, okay, you know what, if it's me, I just look into my life, any area that is bugging me, anything that is making me unhappy, I just get rid of it. Say, what? Really? Everything? I say, anything. It's about husband. I say, if a husband bugs me, I sell him. If a car makes trouble, I sell the car. If the house troubles me, I sell the house. First I say, if the car troubles me, then I sell the car. And I say, if the house makes trouble for me, I sell the house. And she said, how about husband? I say, husband bothers me, I sell the husband. It takes time, with the husband it's more difficult. But it's not doable, yeah. It's a joke, but it can be realized, what for? You keep yourself in trouble, huh? Maybe you can't get rid of it now, but plan to. Try to look forward. Like in the school, it's the same, kids. If you have somebody bullying you, you have to go home and tell your parents, be upfront, yeah? Tell them because they have you. You have to tell them. If you cannot tell them by words because you don't know how, it's difficult to talk, write a letter. Think of what you want to tell them and write it. It's easier to write than sometimes to talk. It's because you have longer time to think and to formulate your ideas, because as a kid, it's difficult for you to talk sometimes. And when you're too emotional while talking, you just can't express it. So maybe